I think we're live. Welcome back to the Bradford City match reaction. Well, you're not welcoming back to this match reaction. Hope you enjoy it. It's the Doncaster match reaction as much as I enjoyed that game. Oh, I've got the score prediction. I've got the score wrong, and I've just realised I put Bradford City 2, Doncaster 1. If only we did win 2-1, then we'd be loving life. So yes, get your comments in on the game, your thoughts, and like it and share it. But let me know you can hear me and that you're there. That is the main thing, because I do need to be able to hear that you can hear me, and hopefully it's all good and all fine. I don't know how to change. I don't know how you change the headline or whatever it is. There we go. We'll change it. We wanted Bradford City to win 2-1. But they didn't win 2-1. They lost 2-1 to Doncaster. It was nearly 2-2. We had a few chances towards the end of the game, but it was all huff and puff, and it was all the foxes and the pigs won it, and unfortunately we couldn't blow the bloody house down. But the game, we'll get straight into it then, because there's a lot to talk about in this one, and hopefully I don't lose my way. But we will start off with Graham Alexander's post-match comments, because that is what I have just listened to. Got a few notes down as well, so we'll just talk about a few things that I heard him say, which I'm not too happy about. But Rax has said, match reaction, you might want me on, I can rant all hour. Well, keep your comments coming and let me know your thoughts, because you have very controversial opinions that I never really agree with, and I'm guaranteed not to agree with you. Probably. So let me know your thoughts. I don't know how to get you on. I mean, if that was something that I could do, that would be pretty good. That would be something that would be good, wouldn't it? But I don't know how you do it. Like, I don't know how you do anything really. But as technology all over it. So yeah, Graham Alexander. I'm putting it on him. I'm blaming Alexander for this. I love Alexander. I think he's the right man for us, and I think he'll eventually get us out of League Two if he's given the right time, the right players. If everything's right, he will get us out of League Two come the end of his stint. But he was on him today, and I can hold my hands up and accept that. The team selection for a kickoff, bringing Tariq Wright back in for Lewis Richards, was a bizarre selection. It proved to be that way. Tariq Wright continually getting worse week after week and continually baffling me at why Graham Alexander thinks he's a left wing back. He never has been. He never will be. It was an experiment that's failed, and we need to stop it now. It was like the Chinese experiment with the bats. It's failed. People aren't quite dying, but our eyes are getting affected. It's awful. Raxer says the only good player we seem to have on the pitch in the first half was Byrne. Second half, nobody. Well, second half, the subs made a massive impact, and it comes back to a team selection. He dropped Lewis Richards for Tariq Wright for some bizarre reason. Lewis Richards came on and was man of match when he came on. Callum Kavanagh as well. I don't understand why he dropped him. I know he obviously had that controversial goal that he scored that were disallowed because he was offside and the ball already going in the back of net. But if you ask me, he needs the confidence. And if you're dropping him after 2 good games and he's building his way into a season, he's getting better game after game, it's only going to knock his confidence. And what we really missed in that game were a player who's going to run in the channels, running behind, and the pressing that he does, he's relentless with it. I thought we really missed him. And to drop him for Tyler Smith, I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't know what he's thinking. To drop Callum Kavanagh for Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith, who should be the 5th choice striker, where's Ollie Sanderson gone? He's miles better than Tyler Smith. I know he talks about looking after the ball and securing the ball, and he offered a bit defensively, did Tyler Smith, but on the ball, he was shocking. The first touch was awful, and he'll get the ball in the penalty box and he ain't going to score. He's a terrible footballer, and Callum Kavanagh, for me, offers a lot more. The damage was done, Corbin. Also, it's Dylan. Get your ants out. I know you call Dylan, but, people don't know that. So I'll just call you Dylan. We'll do that. Carl Stockton, why we played right, I'll never know. I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's honestly mind-boggling. He's just a poor excuse of a footballer. You could do better, Kyle. You could, because you give a care. He doesn't. He just trots around, throwing goals. He just wanders, he potters. And we just need a bit of energy, a bit of oomph. And from left wing back as well, his discipline's shocking. He's caught too high up the pitch. He's up against Luke Molyneux today, possibly the best wing in the division, right up there with like your Jody Jones is on and all them. He's a fantastic winger, and he left him 1v1 with Jack Shepherd all game. He didn't help out Jack Shepherd at all. And then if you're going to do that, you've got to be prepared to put the effort in going forward. You've got to have the end product, and he don't have the end product. He gets into great positions and wastes so many of them. So many crosses that were overhit, so many crosses that were underhit. It's honestly shocking and inexcusable now. He's had his run. Lewis Richards came in midweek and he gets dropped for Tariq Wright, who comes in and puts in that standard of a performance. It's really poor and confusing and frustrating, to say the least. David Williams, team selection, with a very angry face, and it is, it's very frustrating. Absolutely. Dylan also says, I also think the mistake is coming of ring players. What I said last week very clearly was shattered after 45 minutes, and once that was done, the mistake happens. I'll get onto that slightly after I've talked about Cal Stockton. Bloody hell, that's not going to fall. Cal Stockton says he thinks he's all right. He thinks he's all high and mighty to Leeson. Exactly that. We nearly had another Lingright problem there. But I didn't think it would have happened. I didn't. I thought it was all fine, and it would have fallen backwards, I think, so we would have been fine. Yes, the wing backs getting tired now. Graham Alexander came out in his post-match thing and said that it sort of hinted at Lewis Richards being unfit to play, and I get your point there, Dylan, and I know you said it. That will have made a noise. I know you said it last week about ditching the five at the back because the wing backs get too tired, but that's why you recruit for it. And we should have a squad. Ben and Halliday, neither of them. I know Ben's coming back from an illness, but that you can easily rotate them throughout a game. And Wright and Richards, right? But you don't have to drop Richards from the squad. If you're a footballer and you can't play from Tuesday to Saturday, having not really played much, barely played any of the season, he should be fit and raring to go, and that's my problem. I don't think that's the system. I think that's the player. For me, Lewis Richards always looked like a player who's huffing and puffing, and he's unfit. But today, he comes on, he's charging down the ring. He's got that bit of physicality to pull away from a player and to draw him in, and he's got that bit of pace to get away. Brilliant cross for Andy Cook to get the goal as well. It's on a plate for him, and it's a great header. He changed the game pretty much, and he offered way more than Tariq Wright. And even if you'd have started Lewis Richards and given 50 minutes, 60 minutes, now surely he can play that much. Surely that's better than Tariq Wright for 60 minutes. I really think you've got to ditch the experiment now. And again, if that experiment goes and whatever, and you can say that the wing back it needs to change and all that, right? And then what's your option? Because then Tariq Wright's a second choice. You can say that. Well, then where's the money? Because you shouldn't be playing a wing left wing back. If you're serious about getting promotion, you're not playing Tariq Wright left wing back, are you? You're challenging. So again, that comes back to the expectation and the standards, and we should be expecting a lot more, and the standards should be much higher than Tariq Wright and left wing back. So yeah, I won't say, I've seen some people saying on social media that it cost us the game, but I won't go as far as saying that. But get your comments in. Remind me of the game. Obviously, Cheltenham, I do have a tendency of forgetting what happened in the game. I've tried to remember a lot more, so I'm probably talking a lot more, but that doesn't mean you can't comment and let me know your thoughts, because it's probably a hot topic. I know I put on the title, bottled it. I think it's kind of right. I think we sort of bottled that game because of how big it was. Carl Stockton says, don't play him at all. Yeah, just don't play him. I know that, even Jack Shepherd in left wing back. I sort of joked about it earlier, but he put in a great cross in the game, a couple of good crosses in the game. He came on at MK Dons, he'd offer a lot better defensive stability. Yeah, they know you're playing in centre back, and that's the problem we've got at the minute. The injury crisis. You see it when you look at the depth of the squad. You look at the bench and you're 2-0 down. You've got to bring Oliver on. You've got to bring 3 strikers on because we haven't got another attacking midfielder. You've got to bring in another defensive midfielder. Poynton's got to play in right wing back. Everyone's got to shift across. Halliday comes on in right centre back, and you sort of lose your shape. But we were much better. The intensity went higher, the tempo went higher as well. And that's some of the concern with Alexander's post-match comments or whatever you want to say as well. He sort of talking much about possession, securing the ball and being better at retaining the ball. I thought we were brilliant at retaining the ball. Too good at retaining the ball. We got the ball into wide areas and we'd constantly turn back and play into small, and then the chance went. Just get the cross into a box, get your shot off. Doncaster were brilliant at counter-attacking us. They were a real threat throughout the game. Like I said, Luke Molyneux, Hurst as well, the winger. Billy Sharp, of course, getting his goal well taken. The centre-backs as well, McGrath, were fantastic for Doncaster. They had a good shape and they stuck to that, and they kept shifting us. They kept moving us across and we couldn't break them down. And the pace on the break, they knew what to do. They stuck to the game plan. Dave Barty got asked to the game, were you prepared for this? And he said, well, yeah, half time we came up, well, you should have been prepared for it before half time, really. That was its response. So clearly we weren't really planning for Doncaster to counter attack, and we probably shouldn't, because they don't play like that, and to change from a 4 to a 3 as well, I suppose. But you've got to be able to adapt. This team has shown that they can't adapt. We've seen in games like Walsall and Grimsby. So that's a big concern again. And yeah, they stuck to their game plan and mastered it, and we didn't. And they were defending fantastically, but we needed more urgency in our play, and we just didn't have that urgency. We didn't have that tempo, and that's sort of what cost us, I think. Molyneux tore us to pieces. He absolutely did. And Jack Shepherd had a good game. And what does that tell you about Tariq Wright? So again, but on the counter attack for their goals, I struggle to remember the first one, to be honest with you. Or I might be remembering the first one as the second one. But there were one there where 3 players went to one man. I think it was Hurst who went to, and I think Molyneux scored the second, or whoever scored the second. Then he had a free shot on goal, and he were never going to miss that because 3 players went to one man. Stupid, absolutely ridiculous. That was Diabate's fault. I think Byrne were backing off, and I saw him doing that a lot today, to be honest. And I obviously I'm in the Neil Byrne fan club. I am the founder of the Neil Byrne fan club, but that's what he needs to stop doing a bit. He needs to stop backing off. There's a time to press and there's a time not to. I think he normally times it pretty well. Couple of good blocks in the game from backing off, but there's a time where you just have to jump into a tackle and go for it and be a bit more aggressive and have a bit more courage to go into it. And I think that's something we lacked as well. We lacked aggression and discipline. And they're 2 very contrasting things, but there's a fine balance between it. We looked scared of Doncaster today. We were backing off. We looked to put a high press on, but we didn't commit to it, which meant they could break us down easily. The midfield were way too open. Because of that sort of indecisive, do we go for a high press? Do we sit off a bit? That's something I thought we could have committed more to. I thought that they had mistakes in them playing out. If we could have really charged at them, you look at your Jamie Walkers, we didn't commit to that, and that were a concern for me. Byrne was Kyle Stockton's man of match. Now, I think that shows how poor we were that Neil Byrne's game man of match. And Neil scored as well in the second half, didn't he, up against the Copper, good shot. But you didn't really want it forward to Neil Byrne, although it was the right time to. Hertz Footy, I was at the game today. What did you think of it, Hertz _Footy? What did you think of the game? I was also at the game today. It obviously, I mean, I've spoke about it for 13 minutes. People who will be watching it after will have heard what I've been saying. It's basically just a rant about Tariq Wright, to be honest with you. Has anyone got any other thoughts from Tariq Wright? Because I probably need to move it on from that. A mid-game, it was. I don't think Doncaster, like I said, stuck to the game plan and they executed it well and they counter-attacked us, but it wasn't quite like the Cheltenham game. I thought that was a good game for the neutral, quite an end-to-end game, open as well. Doncaster, they stuck to the game plan, the time wasted. The referee was absolutely shocking. I've just remembered he was atrocious. The worst referee, don't know what the words that was, get your teeth back in. The worst referee we've had this season, without doubt. I was front row as well. Front row in what stand? Front row in what stand, Hurts? I mean, hopefully you enjoyed it. And how many games have you gone to this season as well? Cal Stockton also says, when aren't they at this level? Oh, the referee, yeah. I do that all the time. I forget what I say. Yeah, the referee. I actually thought the Gillingham one was fantastic, to be honest with you. Looking back on how bad this one was. Right. Well, I don't know. I don't know all that sort of stuff. 18,000 attendance. Yeah, that is a good positive. The atmosphere were good as well. The last 10 minutes was electric. It were back to how it should be. Unfortunately, we couldn't drag the ball in the back of the net because we didn't do enough to force in the back of the net. Didn't take enough of the momentum. Referee, let's move on. Yeah, that's how bad he was. I can't be bothered talking about him. He booked Diabate for winning the ball. Didn't give us any free kicks, but then give them some soft ones. But I'm sure they'll probably say the same, Doncaster fans. I can't remember anything else to stand out apart from time wasting. Didn't clamp on that. Obviously, the later start as well. A race stand was carrying the crowd sound. Well, yeah, because we were so bad. You know, atmosphere started well. It's always going to be like that, you know. If Doncaster 2-0 up, they're obviously going to be singing a lot more than us. But I thought the atmosphere started well. The game we started all right. I thought it was quite a 50-50 start, to be honest with you. And like I said, there were not too much in the first half. Not really an entertaining half, anyway. Not too much of the chances we saw against Cheltenham. And then last 10 minutes, the atmosphere was electric. It were rocking. And I just hoped that we could have sucked the ball in the back of the net, but we didn't. The shirts were a whole different story. Whose shirts? You've got to clarify, James. I can't repeat that word, but we can all see what it is. Of a game, Tariq useless, Diabate useless. Poynton didn't offer much. Tyler waste of a shirt. He just not good enough to compete in League Two. Absolutely. Poynton didn't offer much apart from losing the ball a bit too much. It's all right, James. It's all right. That it's how you explain it. That is how you define the game as well. You're spot on, to be honest. I just can't really repeat it, but that is in my mind, definitely. Shirt pulling. Oh yeah, the shirt pulling. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, don't get me started. Honestly, I can't be doing with them. I really can't. Diabate, yeah, useless. He was shocking. He's an honestly shocking footballer. He's poor on the ball, but defensively, you can be poor on the ball, but brilliant defensively. I couldn't give a care in the world. Matty Platt looked similar to that. It's terrible on the ball, but defensively, as solid as a rock last season. And Diabate is the complete opposite of that. He just looks like he's always going to make a mistake. In fairness, he did make a fantastic last-ditch tackle when they were through on goal, through again losing the ball in a stupid area, the midfield being too wide, and it's a great tackle. But he could have timed it wrong. But it's a great tackle. But I mean, their striker should have scored. You know, he's clean for own goal. He's dilly-dally, and he's trying to set himself just hit it. You know, if that's us, I'm screaming at whoever that is in front of goal to not pull the trigger there. But great recovery pace from Diabate and a good well-timed tackle. But apart from that, you know, there are so many errors in the game. I just can't be bothered to remember them because I can't be bothered. It is just shocking. He's absolutely woeful. Left on the 75th minute, never done that before. What was Cook's goal like? Yeah, Diabate offers nothing with the ball at his feet. Looks lost, just boots it anywhere he can. Agreed, the tackle was class. David Williams started better than last week, but lucky 0-0 at half time. They had a load of good chances just before the break, didn't they? And we had a couple against one who played towards back end, which probably made it look a bit better. But yeah, they had a load of good chances in the first half. I forgot. Leaving on 75th minute. I don't care, you know, when anyone leaves. It's your prerogative. You know, you paid for your ticket. You can leave with your ticket whenever you go, or your phone. It's all on your phone now, innit? But yeah, Diabate, absolutely terrible. Yeah, Cook's goal. I knew you asked me a question there. Yeah, Cook's goal. We work it wide, bit of volleyball from the back, hoofed it up to Oliver, fell for Kavanagh, set it up for Richards to run onto on the left. Took a couple of touches, whipped in with his left towards the 6-yard area. And then who rises like a salmon out of nowhere, Andy Cook again. Brilliant header, headed it down into the bottom left-hand corner, I think it was. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic header. Not many strikers can score that header in this division, I tell you. So keep getting your thoughts in, keep getting your match summaries in, and let me know your thoughts on anyone who impressed you, anyone who didn't impress you, your thoughts on the referee. Anything in the game, just drop them in the comments down below. But yeah, like I say, I was very frustrated with Alexander's comments talking about the lack of retaining possession and how we needed to control the ball more. Yes, we did lose the ball in silly areas and they counted us for that, but I thought we were way too pedestrian on the ball. We needed a bit more intensity, we need a bit more tempo in the final third, get a few more shots off, get the atmosphere rocking, because it was just waiting for a chance to happen, and then it just kept going backwards and sideways. And yeah, it shouldn't take till the last 10 minutes when you're 2-0 down to start going for it, to start putting the crosses in, to start taking a risk, to start playing without fear, to start having a bit of urgency and a bit about you. Because, like I said, I think we're a bit too scared, a bit too whatever. We give too much respect to Doncaster. That's the word there. I really do think that. I think we got scared. We bottled it, like it says in the title. Hello, Josh Hoyle. Let me know your thoughts on the game if you watched it in the comments down below. James Pilkinson. Did we nearly score again by any chance after Cook? Yeah, there were a flurry of chances. Neil Bernard run towards the back post. A load of sort of, how's your father's in the penalty box, bouncing around and scrapping through it. Oliver threw himself around a bit. A load of corners and throw-ins that just didn't really amount to much. But yeah, not too many clear-cut chances, but a few half chances, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you didn't really miss much. I don't think we should cross the ball because it hardly works. Well, that's a good point. I mean, Poynton, he's terrible at crossing. I don't know why he's on corners, but he can't get past first man. So yeah, that's a frustration, definitely. But it is effective. I mean, we scored from one. You've got Cook, you've got Oliver. When Neil Byrne went up towards the back end, when you've got players in there, you just need to get it in. And yeah, it can not be effective. But I think Doncaster wanted us to be playing around their penalty area. I think we just needed to just get it in there, to be honest with you, and just cause havoc for them. Josh Hoyle, have you been to a cricket club recently? I haven't been recently, no, unfortunately. But I go for the cricket more than anything, and obviously it's off, and it won't be much good in the rain, unfortunately. Good. David Williams, true. Last 10 minutes, all huff and puff, all too late. Absolutely. Dylan Poynton is a clear rotation player. He can't start the next league match. Odra is missing big. I thought we did miss Odra today, and I think we need him back in the team as much as possible. He takes players on. He looks after the ball. I think that probably is the play Alexander are thinking about more, about protecting the ball. I think we need a player like Odra in this game. A bit of magic, a bit of it can just pull feathers, and that's what we needed. Absolutely. Poynton didn't have a good game either. I couldn't go to a game today, and it's the only game I've not been to at home. So I think if we go, we win. About that, the lucky shots, I ditched them. I mean, I sort of knew what I was doing. I thought I'll just test the waters. See if we lose, there's somewhat definitely with the lucky shots. It's not a coincidence. That is it. If we win, then I think it's a bit of a coincidence. And it might be lucky boxers. It could be lucky hair and my haircut since. It could be lucky whatever it is, but it is lucky shorts. They will be back for the next game. But yeah, that was some. But at the same time, sound like someone's throttling me throat. Divering. At the same time, I couldn't really take them because I went to Liverpool. That was brilliant for my 18th birthday on Thursday. So yes, I am an adult, which is scary, but I am. So yeah, went to Liverpool and obviously got back. Got back at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So I didn't really have time to go back home to get the shorts on to change. So I had to stay with what I was in. I sort of knew that, but at the same time, there wasn't enough room to pack the shorts. So that's a 5-minute story on the shorts. So yes, that is a big problem. I need to get the shorts back on because we're 16 unbeaten in the shorts and 13 wins, I think. So there's definitely something with it. They're still fifth. No, it's David Williams. And I'm tired. That is the problem. I will have a swig of coffee. Still fifth. Move on. That is it. We're still fifth. I didn't look at table, but we are still fifth. I believe David is a good man. So we're still in around it. They were tricky games, Gillingham. Tranmere away. You look at that one, you think that'll be tough, but I suppose with the time of those two, they were must win with their runs. Doncaster, we've now got Fleetwood. Yeah, Fleetwood away, that they're going well. But then big ones, Colchester away, Accrington at home. Them two are must wins. And we'll see where we are at Christmas, but we're going well. But today was a frustration because I do think we bottled it a bit. That were a game where you stamp your authority against a team who's going to be up there come the end of the season, and we belted under pressure, I think. At this point, I only go City for the food. What food do you eat? I never. I mean, the hot dogs are terrible. So don't say the hot dogs because they're just rubber. I've only ate them once, and I don't ever eat at the ground. But I thought try, and oh no, terrible. Don't ever do that. Terrible. Oh, shocking attempts at food. All the shot first. It is, but I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, I only care about FA Cup if we're in the third round. Get rid of Aldershot, just beat them, and respect them, but beat them hard. We're seventh. Oh, we're seventh, are we? All right. So yeah, David Williams is saying sorry. It's all right. You might have been looking at half time or something, but it's still seventh. We're still in around it. It's a very tight league. I think Port Vale, probably Doncaster, and maybe Notts County might run away with it. I think the rest playoffs could be anywhere else, to be honest with you. I don't really know. Yeah, the hot dogs do taste like metal. It's just shocking. It's just terrible. It really is. James Pilkington, yeah, diabolical food. About as diabolical as diabetes performance. And Tariq Wright. Yeah, all of it. Well, I haven't had any else of it, to be honest. I mean, normally we'll go and I get a chili beef pasty from Pound Bakery. They are the Andy Cooks of the food things. That is where you want to be. Don't be having the hot dogs. I think it's a bit lazy, having the food in the ground, and it's probably. Tell me the price because I think it'll be expensive. Liverpool's expensive. If you're going to Liverpool, brilliant city, brilliant stuff. Obviously, I'm a Beatles right again. It ain't obvious. It's obvious to me. It ain't obvious to David Williams, is it? Or James, or any of yous. I am. So that's why I went. Tours and all that. But ham and cheese toasty from Costa costs £4.30. £4.30 for a ham and cheese toasty. Ridiculous. All sorts of stupid bloody prices. It's just honestly don't beware if you go to Liverpool. Prices like London, terrible. Never eaten at ground. Bring my own food. Yeah, that's the way to go. That is the way to go. Cal Stockton. I eat at Burger Stand outside the stadium. Oh, that one. The one that smells of petrol. Yeah, I mean I've never tried there either. Is it good? I'm guessing it's good because that's the only reason you go. So yeah, I think we're on our way now. I don't know if there were what else I wanted to say. There probably were. I don't know if there'll be a play. They want to play ratings, what on Wednesday night. Because Sam were busy. So and I wasn't. I was sat there twiddling my thumbs, thinking, late notice got found out at quarter past 7. But no, it was all good. Completely understandable. I don't think. Well, I might not be on it tomorrow. So we'll have to see about that. So yes, very inconsistent. I hope you enjoyed the 2 videos I did Thursday and Friday as well. If you haven't gone and watched them, you can. I'm not going to force you to, but they're there for you to watch if you're a bit bored. But I wouldn't if I were you, because I mean Everton, Fulham, maybe you can catch a bit of that. But El Clasico's on at 8, and that looks like it's a good one. It looks like a good one. Trying to save the team. You're trying to save the team. Right, Dylan. Yeah, your question of the week was bad. Why? What would what? How do you want to die? Is what it is. Just tell me how you want to die, because it is what it is. We're all going. We all have an expiry date, but we don't know when the date is. Unfortunately. So yeah, just live life and enjoy it whilst you're here. Oh, what? There's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. There's no time. There were lyrics before them, but I'm very tired. I'm very tired. Too much. I've been on 4 buses, maybe 5 buses in the last couple of days. I've been on a magical mystery tour. I've had about 1,000 pictures taken of me, and I've still got tomorrow to go, and I'm buggered. And obviously I'm 18, but I haven't been drinking. Don't be thinking that, don't be thinking, oh my God, he's an alcoholic. Fair dues if you are. but I'm not. I've been quite, quite mature and quite all right, to be honest. So yeah, just coffee, just coffee, just coffee and that, not just coffee that I've spilt all over my flipping laptop. Honestly, I'm a walking disaster. I think that's time to go. To be honest, I think I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. Get the tissues out. It's a right mess. Oh, flipping heck. Right. I'll see you later. I don't know when I'll see you, but we'll meet again. Don't know when. Don't know where. Well, it'll be here. So the game. Just after this, if you're watching it not live, if you're watching this after, well done for staying for 30 minutes. Bit less than last one because I thought 40 minutes is probably a bit too long for the pre-recorded watchers. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got to this far, thank you very much for everyone who's been commenting. Thank you very much to everyone who's been viewing. It was like that video Mark Goldridge with his coke or cake. I've been prescribing him with coke. Well, yeah. I don't really know which one you're on about. I mean, I do watch a bit. I do watch Mark Goldridge. I got a shout out if you'd like that. Yeah, in one of his recent ones. Yeah. So I don't know which one you're on about, but I've seen it. I've seen a few. Obviously, is quite big, isn't it? So I'm on my way. I'm on my way out. So I'm gonna clean all this up. We've got to go. I don't know what I was saying. I was saying something, Mona. I was saying something. Oh no. Oh no. Right. Well, I think it's just gotta go. Yeah. Yeah. I love you too, James. Thank you very much for the comments. You love the content. Well, that's what that might have been what I'm on about, might I? Yeah, two videos came out. I thought, well, I'm going to Liverpool, so we'll get two lit videos out. Why not? Let's go for it. I might go for it now. I might go for the subscriptions. That's been great as well. We've climbed 8 new subscriptions in the last few days as well, so that's fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Keep them coming. If you've got anyone who you might know, who might like this more intentionally, tell them and get them watching. So thank you very much for all the viewers. Thank you very much for everyone who's liked. Get that like button clicked because it apparently works. It helps, not works. So that's good. It helps me. Thank you very much. Subscribe because that is something that needs to be done. And comment because that's what I like more than anything. I like reading all the comments over. I haven't replied to the last 2 videos, but I've seen them all. It's just that, I was probably taking a picture whilst I was reading them, so it was a bit ignorant to be commenting. So I hope you can understand. But comment your thoughts in the comments down below on the pre-record. Thank you very much for watching. Unfortunately, we didn't get the 3 points. Graham Alexander, it's on him. It's on my lucky shorts. They will be out for Accrington. It's on Tariq Wright. It's on Czech Diabate. And it's on most of the players. They didn't turn up. They bottled it. Big game. Big players. These are appearing to be that. Unfortunately, like we said, we often puffed in the last 10 minutes, but we want enough to get the 3 points, want enough to get the point, and now we've got to bounce back in the FA Cup against Aldershot and then hopefully go on a bit of a good run on up. This isn't the blip to another bad run. We've got to make sure we turn it over and we go on another good winning run. So thank you very much for watching. The unbeaten home run comes to an end. I think it's 13 or something around then. Double figures unbeaten at home. That won't have happened for a long time. That's finished. We need to go on another one now. I need to end the stream. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good one. Have a good one.